What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. It is the 5th day of December, and here we are sitting at about $3,000 with 5 hours and 25 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. We do have a little bit to talk about in today's video. We're in this trend, right? Lower lows, lower highs, and we haven't broken out of it. But we are starting to shift. It seems as though we're starting to shift the momentum a little bit, and I do have reason to believe that we will break out of this trend soon. But right now what we've done is we found resistance at prior support, the same thing that we did back here, the same thing that we did back here, right? Every time that we've stair-stepped our way down. It is possible, and I don't believe that this is what we do, but it is possible that we could go lower. I do have a lot of faith and a lot of conviction that that is the low right there, that we do not go below that low. But should we go below that low, from a low to a high, the expectation then would be that we go down to about the golden ratio, somewhere about $2,200 to $2,000 itself. Being at $3,000, that's a $1,000 drop. That's pretty damn hefty. If Ethereum, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, a 30% drop for Ethereum, that'd be terrible. I'm more thinking what that would mean for altcoins, should that happen. Now, I don't believe this will happen. This is not my forecasted outcome. But if I'm wrong, and we don't move higher, that is the likely reality that we face. We'd come down and find support somewhere down at this low area here, where we found support before, where we found resistance before, where we found support before, and it's our golden ratio of our low from April to our high in August. Okay, is that right? Is that the low? Yeah, that is the low. Okay. I do think that we could be finding support here. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll look at the 1 hour time frame and then zoom out again in case it's not clear. We only talked about this not because it's the forecast, but because in case I'm wrong, what will be the forecast that we're coming up with now, that's the area that we should anticipate. And then also think about what that implies for altcoins too. 1 hour time frame, looking at this, we are building volume a little bit as we're pushing lower. That makes me think that we might go down. We do have some pretty wonky price action here, but all in all, productive, somewhat productive. The 1 hour RSI is very volatile, as you'd expect with this kind of weird price action. You're in the oversold zone, the same area that you were at last time you found a relative low. Did you go lower? Yes, but you were still at a relative low area, and you can continue to move higher afterwards. The stochastics are reset as well, and the MACD is just odd. I mean, when you're moving sideways like this and you're choppy, it's not going to help us, so it's probably not anything worth talking about. The 4 hour MACD did just cross red. Typically, you get a drive of bearish momentum, right? Not just a taste or a false cross, typically. So do expect that we might consolidate for the coming days. This is the 4 hour time frame. 6 candles marks 1 day, so it is Friday today. The weekend is upon us. Perhaps what Ethereum has in store is consolidation. Perhaps we do nothing. We just kind of move sideways and we're choppy over the next couple of days until Monday, Tuesday comes along. Then we move up higher. That'd be my expectation. I bet we don't move. We're at $3,000 now. Mark my words, in 2 days from now, we're probably not $200 away from this target. We're not above 3,200. We're not below 2,800. We're somewhere right around $3,000 over the next 2 days. That'd be my expectation. Maybe exactly at this price, but maybe just a little higher or just below, but nothing $200 disparity from here. Nothing that's that far away. The MACD, while it does look good, it's in a positive posturing right now. Typically crossing above the zero does lead to some consolidation, which we're seeing here. It might make sense to consolidate over the weekend, just like we were just saying there. Bring the MACD back to the zero, get a bounce there. Stochastics are in the oversold zone. Oftentimes you get some bearish price action. When we're in the oversold zone, then we can move up afterwards, right? You got oversold here. Was that the end of it? No, you kept moving down. Then you consolidated. Then we started to move up, right? So we might have a little bit lower to go. With that being said, I want to look at this low to high real quick. Low to high right here. Just below the 382. This is, and being at $3,000 too, it's a nice psychological area for support. This is a perfect area to find support. But should we go lower, we could find support at $2,900, $2,870, something like that. But again, I don't expect anything too extreme to the downside, right? Probably a higher low, if anything. But looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower from here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw prices below $3,000. Daily time frame, you do have higher highs in the RSI and higher lows in the RSI as well. Bouncing off the oversold zone, looking nice. Rejecting from the same area that you rejected last time. What I'd like to see is a different reaction. Here we went down to the 40 and we broke through it. We didn't find a lot of support. I suppose here we could go down to the 40 again, but we need to find some support that takes us back above the 50, unlike this last attempt here. certainly we want a different result. I mean, if the sooner that we find support, if we don't go to the 40, if we just bounce above there and then we return to prices or readings back up here, that would definitely be a completely different result than what we had here. And it would likely promote different results in the price as well, and we probably move higher. Stochastics are bullish, but at the moment are crossed down, so that implies some consolidation or maybe a little bit of a pullback over the coming days. We could look to find support at the 50, or we could find support anywhere around here. It doesn't need to be at the 50. You know, we found support quite literally at this exact level before. Maybe a little bit higher, but still more or less at this level before. So it can happen. And the MACD, while it is building bullish momentum at the moment, it's still bearish overall. What I'm seeing here on the daily time frame is that, and I do believe this, I do believe that this is the low. I do believe that that low at $2,600 is the low. But I'm also seeing that we'll see some chop. So just because that's the low does not mean that we're going to rip to the upside. We're going to see new all-time highs tomorrow or next week. Likely we move down a little bit, we'll move up a little bit. We'll move down a little bit, we'll move up a little bit. We'll consolidate, we'll break structure. It'll be a higher low overall, and we'll move up a little bit. And then we'll continue to move up until we're ready to break out and move higher. I don't know if we'll see new all-time highs by the end of December, but I do suspect we'll see new all-time highs going into January, if not by the end of January. And in the meantime, altcoins should have a pretty decent time as well, moving up higher. So I've got nothing else. I don't think that there's really anything else to talk about. The RSI has cooled off a lot. We are in the areas that we typically have found support throughout this whole cycle. Same thing with the stochastics, and the MACD is back at the zero perfect area to find support. Bearish momentum is starting to decay. There are signs that we are at the lows. There are signs that we're ready to move higher. I just don't think that it's right now. So any lower price action from here below $3,000, don't get discouraged. Any higher price action from here, don't get too excited, because either way, up or down, whatever direction we go, it's likely going to revert back to this mean. Okay, while slowly, as time goes on, slowly building higher lows and higher highs. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.